Hi guys.
So this is a comparison chart between the other brand name Jheri curls, such as Carefree Curl, Wave Nouveau, California Curl. And then we have the GinaCurl. And then we have the original Jheri Jheri Curl and Caucasian Curly Perms. With the other name brand Jheri curls,
Lightly washed to prevent irritation due to the chemical touching the scalp and perm rods. The GinaCurl, we have the ability to cleanse the scalp by washing twice due to the chemical not touching the scalp.
With the Caucasian Curly Perm and the original Jheri curl,
Lightly cleanse the scalp by washing twice, but the chemical does touch the scalp.
With the other name brand Jheri curls,
The stylist has to apply a protection to the scalp to avoid burns and irritations to the skin. The GinaCurl, there's no protection applied to the scalp because it's not needed. I don't wear gloves when I apply.
with the Caucasian Curly Perm and the original Jheri curl,
Scalp protection is applied only around the hairline and covered with the cotton roll right before the chemical is applied to the perm rods. So the cotton is there to prevent it from dripping because it's liquid, and the protection is applied to the skin so there's no irritation.
with the other name brand Jheri curls,
Some have 3 different chemical strengths, and during the first process, the stylist must wear gloves because the chemical is irritating. The shape release chemical is applied so that the cuticle layer is opened and allows the hair to straighten. The chemical process is very fast. The stylist doesn't have enough time to customize the chemical to apply to the different porosity levels down the hair shaft or to the entire head. It allows to process for 5 to 10 minutes after the application. With the GinaCurl has 3 different curl reformer chemical strengths that can be customized to provide the stylist with 8 different strengths. Sometimes we have 4 different bowls of curl reformer to attend to each different porosity levels in the hair. The curl reformer could take up to an hour and a half to process, giving the stylist enough time to process the different porosity levels, not only down the hair strand, but throughout the entire head.
with the Caucasian Curly Perm and the original Jheri curl,
The first application isn't needed because the hair is already straight.
with the original Jheri curl, the first application is not applied to straighten the hair. With the other name brand Jheri curls,
When the client comes back for a retouch, the chemical is applied to the new growth only. The stylist doesn't have enough time to protect the previously treated Jheri curl ends, so the ends are being processed over and over when the chemical is being rinsed off their hair. With the GinaCurl, when a client comes back for a retouch, we're able to protect the previously treated GinaCurl hair by giving the GinaCurl ends a protein treatment before applying the curl reformer. We are also able to protect the ends with a protection while we apply the curl reformer to the regrowth. This allows for length retention, great elasticity, strength, and healthy outcome. The ends are not over processed every time the client comes back for a retouch.
with the other name brand Jheri curls,
During the retouch appointment, the stylist rinses the chemical and the chemical rinses onto the previously treated hair, causing the hair to overprocess again. This happens because the ends are so porous and the chemical processes so fast. With the GinaCurl, because the curl reformer takes time for the hair to process, the ends that are coated with protection, it doesn't have enough time to absorb the curl reformer as it's being rinsed out. This will protect the hair from becoming overprocessed.
with the Caucasian Curly Perm and the original Jheri curl,
This is not necessary. After the chemical is applied and process the hair, it is then rinsed off, and now you get ready for the rodding. So you don't shampoo the chemical out. With the GinaCurl, after the curl reformer chemical is applied and processed, it is shampooed with the GinaCurl balancing shampoo and conditioned. The hair is now ready to be rotted. It is important to use a balancing shampoo to make sure the hair is thoroughly cleansed from chemical and that the hair is 1 pH balanced. With Caucasian perms, after the hair is washed and conditioned, the hair is ready to be rotted.
With the other name brand Jheri curls,
no end papers are required. With the Jheri Curl, there is a booster, which is a thiochemical, applied both before and after winding. This causes the entire strand to be processed once again from roots to ends. There is no way to isolate and protect the ends because the hair is wrapped around the rod, so the entire strand of hair is being processed over again. The chemical is also applied to the scalp, where irritation can once again occur. Processing time is 10 minutes with a plastic bag. Check for desired curl, and the stylist can process up to 30 minutes. With the GinaCurl, hair must be rotted with end papers to smooth the ends to avoid frizzy ends. There is no chemical applied to the perm rod, so the previously treated GinaCurl hair is not being compromised over and over again. There's no chemical applied to the rods, so there's no irritation. After the client is rotted, we place the client under a hooded dryer to completely dry. With a Caucasian perm, after winding the rods, the protection cream is applied to the hairline and the cotton is wrapped around the hairline so the chemical solution doesn't drip on the client's face or neck. There is a specific time for processing for virgin, colored, or bleached hair. With the Jheri Curl and the traditional Caucasian perm, 1 chemical strength is applied to the rods. So if you have virgin roots, say you have 1 inch of virgin roots and the mid shaft down to the ends are colored, you have to use a colored formula to protect the high porosity hair. This will cause the virgin hair not to process the same.
with the other name brand Jheri curls,
the stylist doesn't rinse the chemical off. With the GinaCurl, we take the client out of the dryer and the client is dried completely.
with the Caucasian curly perm and the original Jheri Redding curl,
We rinse the chemical off completely and then towel blot the hair with the rods still in the hair.
with the other name brand Jheri curls,
At this point, you wrap cotton around the hairline. The Jheri Curl stylist uses a neutralizer that has about 1.5% hydrogen peroxide. The most likely result from having the prolonged exposure to peroxide is that your cuticle layer would have swelled somewhat, and your hair is probably going to be more porous now than it was previously. This is also another chemical that causes overprocess. It can also lighten the hair. The processing time is 10 minutes. With the GinaCurl, we then wrap the cotton around the hairline. The GinaCurl wraps cotton around the hairline. The GinaCurl uses a sodium bromate neutralizer, which has no hydrogen peroxide. This neutralizer is usually used in perms for bleach and high lift color. So again, helping to reduce swelling to the cuticle and reduces overprocessing to the hair. And it doesn't lighten the hair as well. Processing for 15 minutes.
with the Caucasian curly perm and the original Jheri Redding curl,
Virgin Strength uses a neutralizer that has about 1.5% hydrogen peroxide and processes for 5 minutes.
with the other name brand Jheri curls,
Rinses out the neutralizer with warm water while the rods are still in the hair, and then rinses again after the rods are taken out. With the GinaCurl, we thoroughly rinse the hair with rods still in with cool water, and we use low pressure not to change the movement of the rods. We then towel blot each rod after we rinse their hair, and then remove the rods and rinse again and condition the hair. The GinaCurl takes between 2 to 3 hours to complete the process. The GinaCurl can take up to 9 hours to complete the process. A Caucasian perm can take up to 3 hours to complete the process.
With the other name brand Jheri curls,
after, their hair looks better with more moisture, activators, and oils coating the hair. The stylist recommends that you wait to wash your hair for at least a week. With the GinaCurl, we have an intense aftercare program for the clients to follow. We recommend that our clients wash their hair 3 days after their service so that the hair can air neutralize, and then stop the neutralization on the 3rd day. On an average, the client has to come back for the retouch every 3 months.
With the other name brand Jheri curls,
if they don't, they will get breakage because the GinaCurl hair is so straight. There is such a huge difference between the two textures, and this may cause breakage. Also, because the chemical is applied directly to the scalp, when the hair grows out, the strands could have that bend, and this can also be a cause for breakage.
Other name brand Jheri curls,
it's a double process perm. So when the client goes back for a retouch, the ends cannot be isolated. So if you think about it, during that time, the hair has already been processed 4 times with chemical. With the GinaCurl, when the client's GinaCurl grows out, their hair will blend in with the GinaCurl hair. There won't be any bends in the hair because the curl reformer chemical was never applied directly to the scalp, and we were able to leave the texture in the hair. We recommend that our clients come back every 6 months. Some of our clients go a full year without getting a retouch. Some come back after 2 years, and we can't believe they still have healthy, long GinaCurl ends. And with the Caucasian perms, clients go back every 3 months for retouches.
With the other name brand Jheri curls,
if the service is not successful, you cannot redo the curl on the same day. This will cause severe damage to the hair, causing the hair to become overprocessed. You have to wait at least 3 months before redoing the perm. With the GinaCurl, we can redo the same day. If we have any problems with the GinaCurl, because we didn't customize the process correctly, we can go in and redo the entire process again without causing any damage at all.
With all other curly perms on the market today, you cannot switch from a curly perm to a straight perm and then back to a curly perm. But with the GinaCurl, you can. You can switch from a GinaCurl to GinaCurl straight variation perm, and then back to a GinaCurl with no problem. And then go back to a straight variation if you'd like. GinaCurl loves water. We recommend washing, conditioning, and combing through your hair twice a week. You are allowed to shampoo and condition your hair every day if you want to, and it will not disturb the curl. With any other curly perm, the longer you go without washing and the more product you apply, the curl is more pronounced. In 1 year, the GinaCurl ends are only processed once. The other name brand Jheri curl perms, the perm ends are processed 8 times. And then with the Jheri Redding Jheri curl perms and Caucasian perms, the ends are processed 4 times within that year. Okay, guys, so that's it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us at 203-466-1246 or email us at gina@here'stalent.com. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helped you understand the differences in the different perms that are out there on the market today. Have a wonderful day.